Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
4 days of absolute heartbreak for the families of the victims in Oxford have come to an end. The school shooter now waits on a judge to rule if he'll ever have the chance of seeing the outside of a prison. Thanks for being here with us at 5. I'm Kimberly Gill.
And I'm Devin Skillian. The Miller hearing will determine if Ethan Crumbley will ever have the chance of being eligible for parole. It wrapped up today, though without a decision from the judge. So let's bring in Sean Lay live with us now. Do we know when we expect that decision to come, Sean?
September 29th, so more waiting for family members here. No emotion showed over 4 days of this brutal hearing here from the Oxford High School shooter. So much emotion for parents. The mother of Madison Baldwin told me upstairs day 4 was just as tough as the other days, even though a doctor, a specialist, is on the stand saying in her opinion this had nothing to do with a mental health crisis. She said she spoke with the shooter, who said he wanted to become famous by doing this shooting. So each day so emotional for these families. This is new, never before seen video of the Oxford school shooter immediately after murdering 4 fellow Oxford students, injuring others, and terrorizing a community. During the final stages of a 4-day hearing that will determine if the shooter can be sentenced to life in prison without parole, defense attorneys for the shooter say it was clear that the shooter was mentally ill and in a state of psychosis when he attacked the school. Dr. Lisa Anaker is a forensic psychiatry specialist testifying for prosecutors. She says the shooter's own behavior indicates he was not in any state of a mental health crisis. He wanted to be famous for the shooting.
The defendant wanted that notoriety. He wanted to be remembered for the shooting.
The shooter's attorney, Paulette Lofton, slamming Oakland County prosecutor Karen McDonald, saying McDonald is arguing in this court hearing that the shooter is mentally stable, while in another courtroom arguing that his parents did not treat him for his clear mental illness.
These are the words of the prosecutor. Both Jennifer and James Crumbley knew that the evidence showed that their son was experiencing disturbing mental health issues in the months leading up to the shooting.
For counsel to stand up here and call me unprofessional or inconsistent and making arguments that suit me in different cases is offensive. It's unconscionable.
Back here live, defense and prosecutors, they're getting into it about arguing that the prosecutors allegedly saying mental health issues in one court, no mental health issues in the other. Karen McDonald denying that, saying both cases are very clear about what they are about. Again, the judge will rule here September 29th, and then a sentencing date for the shooter will come in December. Back to you.
And Sean, also you spoke with one of the parents.
Well, Buck Mears spoke out afterwards. Tate Mears, his son, killed in the shooting. You know him well, and he, of course, did not hold back. Very emotional for him as well, saying we have 4 legs here being they're facing responsibility, being held accountable, talking about the shooter, the parents, talking about the community being held responsible about what they're doing to heal. But he said school officials, in his opinion, not being held responsible at all. We'll hear from Buck Mears at 6.
Yeah. All right, Sean, we'll see you then.
All right, breaking news right now from Detroit's northwest side. That's where Detroit police just talked down a man threatening to kill himself, his mother, and police. Officers were called to Indiana Street by a mom fearing that her 37-year-old son was going to kill her. When DPD arrived, he came to the door with a machete and threatened to attack.
Special response team was activated, and while SWAT surrounded the home, the crisis response team convinced the man to put down his weapon and come out.
Another run involving someone who is in mental health crisis, but the best possible outcome we could have hoped for has happened.
DPD just got a $3 million grant from the state to expand its crisis response team. The chief says right now Detroit gets about 39 calls a day, just like this one, with someone in the throes of a mental health crisis. That, again, is every day. Let's move now to new information we're learning after an Oakland County Sheriff's deputy fatally shot a suspect during an incident early this morning in Pontiac.
Yeah, you can see investigators processing the scene this morning on Roselawn. That's right near M59 and University Drive. Rod Maloney live on this story for us. Rod, the sheriff gave an update here in the past hour or so. What's he saying about this?
Well, what he's saying is that the young man, he was 32 years old, that was shot this morning, was fresh out of prison. He'd been paroled, and that part of his parole was for him to not have a weapon. And yet, the sheriff says he had not only a handgun, but a handgun with an extended magazine. Sky 4 was there minutes after the call that came in shortly before 6 a.m. on Main Street that backs up to M59. A woman spied a black Charger blocking her driveway, called the sheriff's department. 2 officers respond. Walking up to the running vehicle, they find the 32-year-old unidentified driver asleep. The officers split up, each taking and opening a door. Sheriff Mike Bouchard says the passenger side officer grew concerned.
He immediately saw a firearm right next to the driver. It was a extended magazine Glock 45 caliber semi-automatic handgun, which the deputy took and put up on the roof of the car, at which point he took the driver's left arm to put behind his back and said, "Give me your right arm."
And says the other officer opened the passenger side door and was half inside the car when the driver struggled and slammed the car into gear, hitting the gas.
The car slammed into one of our patrol cars, continued down the street, hit a curb, continued down, hit a traffic sign, and at that point the deputy discharged 1 round.
The car stopped. Officers offered CPR and called an ambulance. The officer injured remains in the hospital this afternoon. As investigators found out, they placed a couple of dozen markers on the ground, usually indicating spent shell casings. But that wasn't the case here. Bouchard says these were unspent bullets that fell out of the extended magazine when the gun hit the ground. Now, the driver, we're told, initially survived the shooting, but then later died at the hospital. The sheriff's office holding back the driver's name right now, pending notification of family. And the involved officers are now on paid administrative leave, pending the further investigation. Back to you.
Rod, what about video in all of this? Were deputies wearing body cameras?
Yes, in fact, they were. And the sheriff says that he was able to watch it as it started on Main Street and then turned the corner onto Rose Lawn, where the car finally ended up. You see a number of cracks on the windshield that make it look like perhaps there were more gunshots fired, a question that will probably have to be answered as we get a look at that video down the line.
Yeah. Okay, Rod, thanks. A 14-year-old boy is dead after being hit and killed on a freeway on-ramp in Macomb County.
And the driver who did it never stopped. It happened this morning on I-696, right near the eastbound on-ramp at Groesbeck. Megan Woods live on this story. We have any information yet on the vehicle that hit him, Megan?
Not yet. MSP is still working on that, but in the meantime, they're asking for that driver to step up and turn themselves in. This was an autistic teenage boy who was reported missing in Warren just hours before he was killed.
It's devastating. I want to cry right now. You know, it's horrible. Genuinely terrible that a teenager was killed.
That's how people who walk the sidewalk along this I-696 eastbound ramp describe what happened here Friday morning.
If you do hit somebody, you should definitely immediately call 911.
Michigan State Police say it happened around 4 a.m.
The first calls that came into our dispatch center were actually a person walking along the ramp. When troopers were on their way out there, another call came in, said that person was actually struck.
Witnesses say that driver never stopped. When Roseville and state police got there, they did CPR on the 14-year-old boy, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. Now, the search is on for that vehicle and the person who was driving it.
There was some evidence that was found out on the scene that we're kind of putting together. We're also using some other technology that we have in the area to kind of track down exactly where this vehicle was and maybe to they went to.
And if you are that driver, they're asking you to turn yourself in.
We don't know from this investigation if there was excessive speed or if the pedestrian stepped out in front of them. But the bad part about it is when you're involved in a crash like this and you don't stop, now we're kind of trying to figure out exactly what that driver's role was as well.
MSP is saying the vehicle involved would have front end damage. So if you know anything or if you know someone who suddenly has that damage on their car, you're asked to call MSP. You can also call 1-800-SPEAK-UP to remain anonymous. They're looking for any and every tip to help them find who's responsible. Reporting live, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
Well, let's hope this helps shake that loose. All right, Megan.
Okay. Now to the weather, and this forecast is an all-important one. We've got some live pictures from Sky 4. That is
The right side.
Yeah, look at that, Woodward Avenue. And I think this is over in the Birmingham area, around near Adams.
Yeah, right.
The Dream Cruise doesn't start until tomorrow, but as you can see, already getting off to an early start.
It's a parking lot. Woodward Avenue from Ferndale all the way up to Pontiac is going to be packed all weekend long with classic cars and, of course, a ton of people who just want to get a glimpse of them.
Yeah, and while the event doesn't start, as I said, until tomorrow, there's a lot happening tonight. We are headed to Woodward a little later at 5:30 for a live report.
All right, before we get to that, let's get over to Ron Hilliard, who's in for Kim Adams tonight.
It's already a busy weekend. Is the weather hopefully going to cooperate here, Ron?
Mess up those paint jobs.
Yeah, Kimberly and Devin, why wait until tomorrow when the weather is just this beautiful out there? Beautiful. We are seeing not barely a cloud in the sky, a couple of clouds, but it is not stopping that sunshine out there. There is some cloud coverage. You get over toward Ontario, you see as we are closer in that area to that rainfall that moved through the area with that low pressure system. Things are very quiet for our area, and it is going to stay that way for the next several days. Now, this is what we're looking at, Woodward and Midtown area, downtown. Of course, the official route does not include Detroit, but of course, there'll still be some cars making their way down there. We are seeing those temperatures right now in the lower 70s. Those winds out there breezy right now. So if you're in your car with the windows up, it feels probably warmer there if you don't have the AC on. You roll down the windows, a little bit chilly. Temperatures falling down to the lower 60s by midnight, and overnight temperatures down into the 50s. Some places even the 40s. I'll talk about where coming up. In the meantime, we do have a small crowd advisory going until 10 o'clock tonight.
All right, Ron. We got a lot more to come on this Friday.
Let's check in with Hank.
It's a new scam where the thieves are just trying to get you to talk. I'll show you what these thieves are doing with your voice. It's just one of the stories I'm tracking tonight in my Help Me Hank Consumer Headlines.
The calendar may be edging toward fall, but it's definitely still summer at local doctors' offices. I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. See the summer problem that just keeps getting worse and why certain people need to take extra precautions.
But first, a big day in court for the so-called fake electors accused of trying to overturn the results of the 2020 election. We'll have that next.